Alright guys, what's going on and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be talking about my team for Pokemon Sword and Shield. So as you guys know, Pokemon Sword and Shield has been officially out for like 3 days now, and honestly I'm loving these games. If you've been keeping up with my live playthrough on YouTube, you would know that I'm not actually done with the games yet, but I'm still really enjoying them. I've had a great time playing and live streaming the game with you guys. One of the things I enjoy the most about this game, or as well as any new Pokemon game, is all the new Pokemon that are released. And seeing all of the official Galar Mons actually in the game, it's just awesome. They look great. So since there are so many cool Galar Pokemon to choose from, I actually had a really hard time picking the team I wanted to use for this game. The reason I've been changing my team so much is because I wanted to use as many Galar Pokemon as I could. But even with this being the case, I still do have a set team of 6 that I want to finish the game with. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video. If you guys enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and drop a like down below. Of course, the support is greatly appreciated. And make sure you go ahead and subscribe for more Pokemon Sword and Shield content. Alright, with all that out of the way, let's get into the first member of the team, being the starter Pokemon. So the first team member is going to be Sobble's evolution Inteleon. Now up until I think the week before Sword and Shield, I was Team Grookey. I was Grookey gang, I was gonna pick Grookey. Rillaboom was gonna be my go-to grass type, and that was just gonna be that. However, after seeing the leaked Galar Dex and giving it some extra thought, I decided I wanted to use a different grass type on my team. One thing I try to do whenever I'm making a team or planning out a team for a playthrough is that I never want to repeat typings, just because it doesn't sit right with me, okay? So with this being the case, I decided that I would just use Grookey in a later playthrough and we would go with Sobble. One thing I don't really understand is all of the Inteleon hate that's been going on in the community. It seems to be a common thing that people don't like slender looking Pokemon or more skinny Pokemon, so I kind of understand the Inteleon hate because it's pretty much the furthest thing from being thick. But just because I can understand where people are coming from doesn't mean that I dislike the mon. I really like it. Not only does it look great in my opinion, but it's super fun to use in battle. Snipe Shot is a great signature move. So if you were planning on using Sobble for Sword and Shield but just couldn't get past the design of its final evolution, I really recommend you giving it a shot. Next up, we have the Pokemon that replaced Rillaboom as the grass type on the squad. And this Pokemon is Flapple. If you guys didn't know, the Pokemon Applet evolves into either Flapple or Appletun depending on what version of the game you're playing. And when I saw the evolution for Applet and Sword, I knew I had to pick this Pokemon for my team. Like, it's literally an apple. It's awesome. Like, I think in combination with its just adorable design, like it's a little worm inside of an apple. Its name is amazing. Flapple? Are you serious? From the moment I saw this Pokemon, I knew I had to have it on my team, and honestly, I really want to try to use Appletun too. So maybe when I play Shield, I'll even end up using the same Pokemon. Honestly, I'm not sure if it was a great idea swapping this Pokemon for Rillaboom and using that instead. However, I'm having a great time using it. It's a grass and dragon type, so it's sweet. Alright, next up on the list, we have a Pokemon with a Gigantamax evolution, being Sandaconda. Just like the last 2 Pokemon listed, I've had the privilege to use this Pokemon in my playthrough of the games, and my boy Hug is just a legend. I've always really liked snake Pokemon and any Pokemon that resembles a serpent of some sort, so this dude is completely up my alley, and it looks amazing. Like, I love how it's not just a snake and it has some sort of gimmick. Like, it looks like a cannon, honestly, and its nose looks like a double-barrel shotgun. It's the most intimidating snake I've ever seen. Also, just like Flapple, the name of this Pokemon is amazing. Sandaconda? Who was thinking of these? People may call it basic, I call it genius. Like I said, this Pokemon does have a Gigantamax evolution, so if you do want to go ahead and try to catch one in a max raid battle, you can get yourself a nice torpedo snake. Next up on the squad, we have Toxtricity. If you watch my channel or know anything about me at all, you would know that I'm huge into music. I mean, it's a huge part of my life. I play drums, guitar, all that stuff. So when I saw this dude literally plays the guitar on his stomach, I was sold. I mean, its ability is literally called punk rock. That is badass. Also, can we talk about how unique of a typing poison and electric is? I can't even think of a scenario where electricity would be poisonous, and yet they somehow made it work. Oh, and if you thought I wasn't gonna mention the name of this Pokemon, you're wrong. Toxtricity? Toxicity? And electricity? Genius! I honestly don't know how they come up with these names. If you saw my video about the new evolutions in Pokemon Sword and Shield that I wanted, some of those names that I made up were absolutely horrible. Like, for one of them, I just called the Skarmory evolution Greg. I couldn't think of anything. So yeah, overall this is a solid mon, and I just knew I had to use it on my team. Second to last on the squad, we have actually a very rare Pokemon, and a Pokemon I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce, and that's Ice-Q. E-S-Q. E-S-Q-E, whatever. Either way, he's the penguin dude with the ice block on his head. You know who I'm talking about. He looks like he's out of Super Mario Galaxy. Either way, this is the cutest little Pokemon I've ever seen. I don't even care at all that this Pokemon's stats are just pretty mid. They're just average, because this Pokemon can honestly not know any moves and I would still use it on my team. Just being honest. Not to mention, this Pokemon's ability Ice Form works pretty much exactly like Mimikyu's ability Disguise, except you can actually regenerate your shield or face, whatever. Also, something I do want to make clear, I'm not trying to convince you guys to use these Pokemon, because I honestly can't think of anything convincing to say about ESQ other than the fact that it's just the most wholesome penguin. You should use it. Why not? Why won't you? So yeah, enough about the little penguin, which by the way, amazing Pokemon. Just thought I'd say that one more time. Let's move on to the last member of the team. So last, but certainly not least, we have a Pokemon that I've been saying is my favorite Galar Pokemon to be introduced in this game. And that Pokemon is Dragapult. If you guys didn't know, Dragapult is the final evolution of the Pokemon Dreepy, and this dude is the coolest mon I've ever seen. The thing you need to notice first about Dragapult's design is that not only does he turn into like this weird starship Decepticon looking type thing, but he shoots Dreepies out of his wings on it. I don't know what those are. He shoots Dreepies out of his head, and that is the funniest concept I think I have ever seen on a Pokemon. The combination of Dragapult looking so serious and Dreepy still looking all derpy and just he has no idea what's going on, it makes this mon awesome. I know this video is pretty much me just complimenting all 6 members of this Pokemon team, but there's honestly not much else I can say. I love all these mons and I think you should use all of them just because they're fun Pokemon to use. That's something that I've always prioritized whenever playing through a game, is just using Pokemon that are fun rather than like the most broken ones, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I do use mons like Dragapult who are really strong, but I have some mons like Ice Cube to balance it out. The one thing I do want to say about Dragapult, it is actually very hard to get. Dreepy is not an easy Pokemon to come across because you can only find it at really low percents in certain weather conditions at the Lake of Outrage. And even once you do that, it evolves at like level 52 or something and then at 60, so good luck evolving this guy. But trust me, once you do, Dragapult is such a cool Pokemon. Alright guys, well that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you go ahead and drop a like down below. Of course, the support is greatly appreciated. Also, if you're new here, consider subscribing for more Pokemon content. We stream Pokemon Sword and Shield like every single day. Also, something I forgot to mention is that code Supra will actually save you 30% off your entire G Fuel order right now for like 2 more days. So it's a limited time thing, but go use code Supra, 30% save, and pretty much that's it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.